Weekly Mining News. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters. Today I'm starting a new little segment that we're doing, the Weekly Mining News, and in that we're going to go through the stories that happen in the week, what's going on with prices, and of course where the new starter jobs are at the end. So if we start with what's going on, the big news is that the Super Pit has announced that their expansion plans that have been on the cards for years now, and the big news is that they're going to start a couple of portals at the bottom of it. So it's going underground. So that's where there is going to be bucket loads of jobs around Kalgoorlie in the future as they go deeper and deeper underground in the Super Pit. Now, the other news that happened as well this week is the driverless plant that they started constructing to the training centre down in Collie. They finished building it. If you come over, you can see the Premier sitting in the truck, driving it with it being driven without him touching it, being all very impressed. Now, these are the trucks that they're going to use in the strip iron ore mines up north. And the big lesson to learn out of this for new starters is that these jobs that they're training you for aren't $150,000 a year mining jobs. They're $70,000 to $90,000 a year jobs in Perth, or maybe $130,000 to $140,000 a year on site. The whole point that they're doing this autonomous truck driving is because they think they can get their wages bill down, and that's what they're trying to do. Now, the good thing is that it's only affecting iron ore and coal in the north of Queensland at the moment. It's not affecting any of the pit mines or the underground mines, but it's just a lesson to people trying to get a job in the industry at the moment that if you're going into iron ore, then this is what they've got planned for everybody, unfortunately. Now, if we move on to the prices, we'll start with gold. Gold in Australian dollars is up a little bit, but probably down off its highs. The reason it's down a little bit on the 2,700 that it's been for the last couple of weeks is because the Australian dollar's gone up in price. Now, nickel has also risen in price, but the Australian dollar, like I said, the Australian dollar's risen in price, so that's still above 20,000 Australian a tonne, and copper is also above 9,000 Australian a tonne. And that's one of the reasons why everybody is running around trying to open up their nickel and copper mines at the moment. Now, if we come over to iron ore's still going really strong, but that's got more to do with what's not going on in Brazil, because Brazil shut down. As soon as Brazil opens up, this will come down again. And lastly, coal. Now, unfortunately, most people will have heard the news now that coal, the price has dropped quite significantly. There's been a lot of layoffs on the East Coast, unfortunately, and it's just one of those things that hopefully, in the next 6 to 12 months, it'll ride itself out and then it'll increase again. Now, if you want to have a look at what sort of new starter jobs there are around, if you come over to Seek and type underground in, you'll see lots of jobs come up. And you're looking for the nipper, truck driver, or offsider roles as new starters. Now, they'll all ask for experience, but what that's after is somebody that's blooded to the industry and knows what's going on. Now, if you want to learn what's going on and how the hard rock underground industry operates, then I suggest that you have a look at the sponsors training, Intro to Underground Mining. It teaches you everything you need to know about how a mine works and what the jobs as a nipper, a truck driver. It even teaches you what service crew does. So you can do it all online and it doesn't cost very much. So that's a good way to get your mining knowledge up to speed. Now, the other thing that the other area of the industry where new starters are getting in is exploration. Type exploration into Seek, you'll see all the fieldy jobs come up and the offsider jobs come up as well. And just be aware though, if you go for a fieldy or an offsider's job in exploration, you really need to be into camping, because that's basically what you'll be doing out in the middle of the bush. Lots of people enjoy it, lots of people like it, but it's not everybody's cup of tea. They tend to go through a lot of people. So I hope you found that information helpful and that news helpful. If you've got a news story that you'd like me to cover in next week mining news, just send it through and I'll try and cover it. Share this around and like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.